Hello everybody. I wanted to share some oils for World Mental Health Day, and I know at the moment a lot of anxiety and a lot of pressure on everybody to keep on going and keep up spirits, and at times I turn off the news because it is quite scary at times. And last night I actually had a nightmare, and I woke up this morning and I was just like, and I knew it was World Mental Health Day, and I know that I've been going through quite a lot of processing with my transplant, and I just think that everybody has mental health challenges, and I don't want to say issues, but mental health challenges, just to keep us together, really, especially when the world around us is quite oppressive from the outside. Just to keep really focused and positive and up, and gratitude is definitely something that I keep in my field, just looking at what I've got and how wonderful and how amazing my life is, as well as having its challenges. But anyway, I've been mentoring today, teaching aromatherapy, and just came up quite a lot actually on oils that are really good for supporting, that there are loads for supporting our mental health. But a few that I can recommend, and you could just put one drop in your palm, or one drop in a tissue, or a couple of drops in a diffuser, or some in your bath. But these are some of the ways at home safely you can apply these oils. But first of all, the lovely geranium oil. I love geranium. Some people hate it. I love geranium, and I've just got a new geranium. I've just been talking on another video about this find from TK Maxx. But I love geranium. Geranium is really great when you're having a hormonal wobble. Geranium, I feel like I'm having, with perimenopause, I feel like I'm having a permanent wobble. So kind of mainlining geranium most of the time. Love it a lot. And oh, this new one is perfect. It's by this company called Chickadee. It was from TK Maxx. Oh, that is fab. So geranium just is the great normalizer and the great balancer. So do explore geranium. Just one or two drops. You could put a couple on your wrist. Sometimes I just put it through my hair so I can smell it. And then I've got rose. So without going into too much of a teaching of aromatherapy, for me, rose is just, it's the empress, and she looks after my heart, and or your heart or our hearts, and the empress of hearts or the queen of hearts, and any sort of matters of the heart, and any sort of matters of anxiety and confidence and uncertainty with yourself and your relationship with yourself and relationship with others. Rose is there to support you. So there's lots of different roses. I've got quite a few. But I've got this Rose Absolute from Tisserand. This is a neat, so it's not diluted. And today, when I smelt that, it was just like magic. So just heaven, and it instantly, I mean, I always walk past roses and have a smell of the roses whenever I walk past them. Kind of can't not walk past a rose in bloom and not smell it. And for that reason, it draws you in and touches your heart and fills you with joy. So I love that. I've also got one from Wide Eye here. This is a Rose Otto, a Damask Rose Otto. It smells slightly a bit more floral, a bit more like flowery, whereas this one has a sort of kind of like a warm note to it, and a sort of more deeper floral rose note. So yeah, lovely, love rose. So it's quite expensive if you buy it neat, but you can also buy them as a dilute, and they're absolutely fine as a dilute. It's because it's so expensive to buy them neat. So this is in a 10ml bottle, and it's diluted, I think, with jojoba oil or apricot. This is apricot kernel oil, actually. Oh no, this is jojoba. Excuse me, jojoba oil. So it's it's diluted, but it doesn't dilute the actual smell. It doesn't dissipate or dilute the smell. Actually, you get full rose vibes from it. And then, of course, there's frankincense. And frankincense is actually the emperor to the rose empress, or the king to the queen. But I like to think it is the emperor, and or the higher priest, you know, whatever your thinking is, or however you like to think of these. Frankincense. I could write a book. No, I couldn't write a book, but there are books written. But I could talk for hours. I always talk for hours on frankincense and essential oils. Frankincense is brilliant. It has so many qualities. But first of all, when you smell frankincense, it can be reminiscent of visits to cathedrals, or ritual or meditation, because it's often found in those settings. It really touches the soul deeply. It really goes, oh, there's fire. It touches the soul deeply and really works deeply into your spirit and your spiritual field and your spiritual realm and source. And I love that, because whenever I work with frankincense, it just takes me into that deep, reassuring, supportive, loving spiritual space. The other thing about frankincense is that it blends really well with other oils. So it's really good for grief. It's really good for fear. It's really good for any sort of time when you're upset and it's respiratory, then frankincense is the one. It's really good for respiratory inflammation. So anytime, any sort of coughs, great for COVID, asthma. So it's really great for just releasing the lung space and the lung capacity and calming any sort of inflammatory conditions in the respiratory tract. So it's really good for that. It's also a fantastic anti-inflammatory, actually. So where there is inflammation in the tract, it's also good for migraines and headaches. There are other oils that are good for migraines and headaches, but also frankincense has that capacity to reduce inflammatory conditions in the brain or in the head space. So they would be my oils. There's much more to them, but I'm aware of timing. These are my oils, my go-to oils when I'm feeling a bit challenged, a bit upset, a bit fearful, a bit worried. There are others. I mean, I really like vetiver. I like grounding oils. I like vetiver, patchouli, petitgrain. These really sort of grounding oils. And then sometimes if I really want to sort of get my head straight, I love rosemary. So without going into another aromatherapy conversation, I just wanted to say for World Mental Health Day, just to focus in nature, focus on nature, focus on the glory of nature and all that is in the world, and that things move and that things happen for the highest good of yourself, that there is a process where only the highest good of yourself, regardless if it looks challenging or not, will happen. So stay focused, move in nature, look at nature, go out, get your feet on the ground, cuddle your dogs, write a list of gratitude of what you do have and focus on what you do have, and trust and believe, a bit like Tinkerbell. So sending loads and loads of love, and have a good day. Lots of love. If you have any questions about anything today or any essential oils, then please do drop me a line. Thank you.